Today is Monday, December 12th. What to know about a major storm that could bring heavy snow, rain, and even tornadoes to the U.S. Also, a breakthrough in one of the world's largest terrorism investigations. And a historic NASA mission that just returned to Earth. Plus, why dozens of people from Madonna to Serena Williams to Justin Bieber are getting sued. What Twitter is promising with its revamped subscription service. And who won the most prestigious individual award in college football. Those stories and more next. Welcome to The Newsworthy. All the day's news in around 10 minutes. Fast, fair, fun, and on the go. I'm Erica Mandy. Thanks so much for being here. You ready? Let's do this. A powerful winter storm is making a cross-country journey this week, and millions of Americans are expected to be impacted. Already, the storm brought more than 7 inches of rain to parts of Southern California over the weekend. Now the storm is moving east, and it's only getting stronger. It could bring feet of snow in some areas from the California mountains to the Midwest. On the southern side of the storm, there could be heavy showers and thunderstorms in Kansas, Oklahoma, and North Texas. And tomorrow and Wednesday could bring severe storms with tornadoes to Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. By the end of this week, the East Coast is expected to get hit too. Think Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and parts of New England. But it's too soon to know exactly what people there can expect. So stay tuned. American authorities say they have taken a suspect into custody for one of the deadliest terror attacks ever. Abu Agela Massoud is expected to appear in U.S. court today. The Justice Department says back in 1988, Massoud made the bomb that destroyed Pan Am Flight 103. That flight was traveling from London to New York when the explosion happened over Lockerbie, Scotland. 270 people were killed, mostly Americans. Prosecutors say for years now, Massoud has admitted to assembling the bomb based on orders from the Libyan government. But American officials have not said how they got him from Libya to the U.S. He is the third Libyan intelligence official charged in connection with the attack, but he's expected to be the first to appear in an American courtroom for prosecution. If Massoud is convicted, he could spend decades in an American prison. Grief clouded over some of the most recent World Cup matches since one of the most renowned American soccer reporters died there over the weekend. Grant Wahl has covered the game for CBS, Fox Sports, and Sports Illustrated, and he's been a fixture of 8 World Cups, including this one. Well, on Friday, he collapsed in the press box while covering the Argentina-Netherlands quarterfinal game. Paramedics took him to a nearby hospital where he died. Sources tell CBS News Wahl may have suffered a heart attack, but it's not clear exactly what caused his death. Some are calling for an investigation, like Wahl's brother, Eric, who says Grant told him he received death threats in Qatar, and that before this trip, he was healthy. Grant Wahl had been reporting on the host country's handling of human rights and criticized their treatment of migrant workers. Wahl was also detained by Qatari security last month for wearing a rainbow-themed shirt in support of LGBTQ rights, since same-sex relations are criminalized in Qatar. Then just last week, Wahl said he went to a Qatari medical clinic for what was probably bronchitis, but again, it's not clear if that's what caused his death. The power in Washington is getting a little more murky. Just days after Democrats celebrated getting a clear Senate majority, one of the Dems decided to change her party affiliation. Senator Kyrsten Sinema is now officially an independent. But she told Politico she doesn't plan on changing anything about her voting habits, that she is going to stay more socially liberal than most Republicans and more fiscally conservative than most Democrats. There are actually 2 other independents in the Senate, Senators Bernie Sanders and Angus King. But they go to the weekly Democratic caucus meetings and typically vote along party lines. Things will be different with Sinema. She says she will not be going to the meetings and will work as closely with Republicans as she does with Democrats. Overall, though, it doesn't seem like much is going to change. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says Dems will still hold majorities on committees and that he still expects to get presidential nominees cleared quickly with Sinema's votes. A historic space mission to the moon and back is now complete. NASA's Orion spacecraft safely landed in the Pacific Ocean after flying around the moon on a mission that lasted more than 3 weeks. Orion traveled nearly 270,000 miles from Earth while carrying 3 dummies on board. One of the main goals was to make sure the capsule could safely return to Earth's atmosphere, and yesterday's splashdown is being hailed as a major success by NASA. The space agency plans to use the data and information collected during this mission to choose a crew for the next flight around the moon, scheduled for 2024. Then NASA hopes to put astronauts back on the surface of the moon, aiming for a lunar landing in 2025. All right, we have more news coming up, but first, a quick break for our sponsor. Are you wasting money on subscriptions? 80% of people have subscriptions that they have forgotten about. I hate to admit this, but recently I have been one of them. I forgot I was paying for ClassPass and another local fitness studio, even though I haven't taken a class through them for months. Life has just been busy, my schedule changed, and so I've been finding other ways to work out here and there. And I simply forgot I was still paying these two places every month. But as soon as I signed up for Rocket Money, I realized it and I was able to cancel them right then and there within minutes. That's why I'm loving using Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. The app shows all your subscriptions in one place, and then for some, they can even cancel for you, so you're not wasting time or money. Get rid of useless subscriptions with Rocket Money right now. Go to rocketmoney.com/newsworthy. Seriously, it could save you hundreds per year, and that's rocketmoney.com/newsworthy. Cancel your unnecessary subscriptions right now at rocketmoney.com/newsworthy. Another massive electric vehicle battery factory is coming to the U.S. Hyundai Motor Groups and a South Korean battery maker chose a location in Bartow County, Georgia, about 70 miles northeast of Atlanta. The companies say they'll spend about $4 to $5 billion on this, and it'll bring more than 3,500 new jobs. The factory is expected to open in 2025. Of course, this is just the latest in what's being called the EV battery boom. In just the last couple of years, about 20 new battery factories or expansions have been announced in the U.S., representing tens of billions of dollars in new investments. Meanwhile, automaker Stellantis says the high cost of making electric vehicles is one of the reasons it's shutting down an assembly plant in the U.S. The company says it's closing a factory in Belvidere, Illinois, that makes the Jeep Cherokee SUVs. Of the 1,300 people who work at the plant, more than 1,200 are expected to lose their jobs. In a statement, Stellantis blamed the closure on the pandemic and the global microchip shortage, and also, quote, the increasing cost related to the electrification of the automotive market. A bunch of celebrities are now being accused of fraud for promoting NFTs from Bored Ape Yacht Club. Bored Ape Yacht Club is a collection of thousands of NFTs, basically unique digital collectibles, that feature cartoon-like apes. Maybe you've seen people with profile pictures of cartoon primates in different outfits. Well, they're probably the so-called bored apes. Well, among those listed in a new federal class action lawsuit include Gwyneth Paltrow, Madonna, Justin Bieber, Serena Williams, Jimmy Fallon, Paris Hilton, Snoop Dogg, Steph Curry, and many more. Basically, the suit says because celebrities misled their followers, investors lost a lot of money. Like the lawsuit says, Jimmy Fallon did a segment on The Tonight Show where he said he got his first Bored Ape NFT without saying he actually had a stake in the crypto firm he bought it from. Also, that Justin Bieber said he bought an NFT worth $1.3 million when really he got it as a gift. It says many other celebs also convinced people the value of these NFTs would go up, but now some of the investments are worth only 10% of their original value. So the lawsuit seeks at least $5 million on behalf of investors. In response, the parent company of Bored Ape Yacht Club told The Hollywood Reporter it considers the claims opportunistic and parasitic. And it says it's looking forward to proving the suit has no merit. To be continued. Parts 3 and 4 of the so-called Twitter files have now been released. Remember, the new owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, has been promoting the release of internal information from before he took over about how decisions were made to downgrade certain people or topics. Part 3 was all about the internal debate at Twitter leading up to banning former President Trump from the platform and highlighting how the decision was made only after a change in Twitter policy the day before. Part 4 continued that conversation and took a broader view of how Twitter handled certain topics and hashtags that were being used during and after the January 6th Capitol riot last year. It also suggested that employees use their own discretion often to apply warning labels or strikes to certain tweets or accounts. Musk has called this all free speech suppression and has promised more transparency. Though some critics argue the journalists who released this info are basically doing PR for Musk, who they say is trying to have the type of political influence he claims he wants to get rid of. Either way, a Part 5 is expected next. A new version of Twitter's subscription service is launching today with some notable changes to the price and verified checkmarks. The social media company says users can once again pay for what's called Twitter Blue, but the service will now cost more for users of Apple devices like the iPhone, reportedly to offset App Store fees from the company. Twitter says it'll cost users $8 a month if they buy it through the web and $11 per month if purchased on an Apple device. Also, Twitter Blue users will now only get a blue checkmark after their account is reviewed, but it's still not clear exactly what the review process entails. As we told you when Twitter Blue launched last month, some users took advantage of the new option for a checkmark by impersonating celebrities and corporations, so the whole paid option was paused until now. Twitter also said different colors of checkmarks are coming, so it'll soon give prominent businesses gold checkmarks and government accounts gray checkmarks. It's the highest award a single college football player can win on his own, and this weekend it went to a standout sophomore from USC. Quarterback Caleb Williams is the winner of the 2022 Heisman Trophy. He led USC to an 11-2 season after the Trojans went 4-8 last year. The 20-year-old threw for 37 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. This win means USC is now tied with Notre Dame, the University of Oklahoma, and Ohio State for the most Heisman winners at 7 each. Now USC is preparing to take on Tulane at the Cotton Bowl next month. That's it for the main news, so now it's time for Money Monday, when we talk about one interesting money-related news story. But first, a quick message from our sponsor. It's that time of year when I often squeeze in any last-minute doctor's office visits I may need before I have to start over on my insurance plan's deductible. So before I give up because I can't find an in-network doctor available, I always check ZocDoc. With ZocDoc, you can look at available doctors who are in-network based on your insurance. And then you can also read up on local doctors thanks to verified patient reviews. ZocDoc is a free app that shows you doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them. So whether you're looking to choose a time slot right then and there on ZocDoc, or you just want to take a peek at all your options, ZocDoc helps make sure your search is faster and more efficient. Every month, millions of people use ZocDoc, and I'm one of them when I need a new doctor. Go to ZocDoc.com/newsworthy and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/newsworthy, ZocDoc.com/newsworthy. Okay, now back to Money Monday. If you are counting on a tax refund next year, you might want to expect it to be a little smaller than it was the last couple of years. The IRS is now reminding people they did not get COVID-19 relief payments this year, so no one is going to be claiming those unpaid funds. Also, there's a less generous tax deduction for charitable gifts this time around than there was last time. That said, the standard deductions will be higher since the IRS raised them to account for inflation. So at least some people will get to hang on to more money. Last year, the average refund payment came out to about $3,200. If you want to see an estimate of what your refund could be this time around, companies like TurboTax and H&R Block have free estimators online. All right, thank you so much for listening today and every day. If you get value out of the show, please be sure to share it with a friend. We'll be back with much more news to know tomorrow. For now, have a great day.